My name is Brian Cass. I am Head of Exhibitions at Towner Art Gallery, so I lead and direct the exhibition and public programme here. At Altitude is a selective look at the historical impact and the continuing appeal of the aerial image from artists, ranging from the exhilaration of early aviation to the flattening but all-enveloping kind of perspective of Google Earth, and looking at how the kind of wonder of the overhead view was transformed through technology when horizons became much vaster and distance greater. At Altitude is curated almost entirely from the Arts Council collection and from the collection of Towner Art Gallery. And when we were thinking about how to create the exhibition, we were really looking at the kind of synergies and the overlaps between those two collections. Towner's collection, it's widely associated with Eric Revilius and his fascination with these overhead views of the South Downs, which ultimately led him to for his passion for aerial flight and working as a reconnaissance pilot during the Second World War, where he ultimately disappeared. So that was certainly inspired, that was something that inspired the exhibition. The exhibition was also inspired by work by Omar Fast, which is a recent addition, recent acquisition to our collection. The title of that work is 5,000 Feet is the Best, and the title comes from the optimal distance that a aerial drone, or Predator American drone, the distance that they can see everything very, very clearly. And the film itself is based on a series of interviews with a former drone pilot and looking at the relationship between, looking at distance, this idea of distance, and someone operating in the back room at these very frontline operations. And I guess some kind of commentary on the impacts of war and American kind of foreign policy, perhaps, on the world currently. So they're the kind of twin poles around which the exhibition circles. This kind of historical look at looking down onto the world and this sense of exhilaration, and how that's changed and how that's been transformed through technology, and how increasingly our world is mediated through technology, whether that's through something like war now being mediated through drones and satellite imagery, to something like Mishka Henner, who uses the kind of open sky policies of Google Earth to appropriate images and look at how the Earth is constantly being recorded through an overhead view and how technology has impacted on that. Artists have long imagined what it's like to see the world from above, but it was only really with the invention of the hot air balloon that artists could see from below. And I guess one of the beautiful things in this exhibition is a drawing by Thomas Baldwin, which is apparently the first aerial view ever illustrated. It was illustrated in 1767, I believe.